Haven't been on here in a long time, of course. I'm going to do a couple RC wrenching videos, try to get back in the swing of things before we go to riding razors and playing with RCs and all that kind of stuff. So what we have here is our 6S Arrma Notorious. ESC fan went out on it. Thank goodness my wife's truck, she wasn't bashing on it very hard. And when I shut it off, of course, went to pull the battery out, I could smell something's a little hot. I realized the fan wasn't turning. So this is the first gen Notorious, which would have been maybe like the V3 of the Outcast. This is the part number I got. Come up from a local hobby store. Same thing that I've done some research and found. But it comes complete with the hardware and a little cooling fan. And pretty simple, straightforward install. Most anybody can do it themselves. Gonna need a couple tools. I don't know if the thing will catch it, but you need a 2.0 millimeter hex head. I've got an electric driver. Of course, you could use a regular, any kind of driver. And a little pair of needle nose would probably make things easier. And then where we're going, right under here on top of the ESC, there's just 4 screws here, and then the little bitty wire there that pulls out. I'm going to note the orientation of the wires just to make sure that I get them back in right. Well, I guess I'm not showing you anything, but so the black wire is closest to the center of the machine, the red wire is in the middle, and then the blank hole is the next one over. So I just want to make sure that when I put the new fan in, that I hook it up just the same exact way, and it's really simple. And then just hit your button there, pop you a couple screws out. One of the big problems with these things is getting junk up in them, like leaves and stuff, which we've done for sure. And we've also bashed this thing this winter super hard. Played out in the snow. We got a lot of snow here in Kentucky. So there we go. And what we're taking the screws out of really is a cover. But it should mount the whole shebang. I'll tell you what, it's going to make me pop this center out. I lied, you're going to need more tools than I thought. Good thing I got the pliers. As you can tell, I haven't done this ever in my life, but still not all that complicated. You definitely needed a pair of pliers that I thought was going to be optional, and this pin is definitely a fighter. I don't know how much of my elbow you got and how much extra video you got. There we go. You take one pin out. Probably do need to take the clip out of the other one. Wire comes straight up out of there. Plug on the fan won't come out with the blue wire plugged up. Pull the blue wire out. Then it goes in kind of at a sideways angle, like so. So it's not near as easy to take out as I thought it would. And of course this new one comes with all new screws. That's pretty sweet. It would have been nice if it had made that as easy as I thought it was going to be to swap. Let's stick that thing back up through there. Put the wire back through. Well, she's missing a fan blade on her. Probably ate something pretty dang solid to have slung a fan blade, I do have to say. Alright guys, took a quick pause here to look, make sure I didn't lie to you. Because I didn't pay enough attention when I pulled it out, but I was pretty sure I did. So this fan aims up in your brace in here. That goes on the bottom down toward the ESC. So open side of the fan up. I know that sounds real easy, but it's not as easy as it sounds. And then take your screws. I'd like to start everything by hand just to make sure I wouldn't tearing anything up. Me myself, I'm not real worried about using the same screws again because they come right out. They weren't tore up. I know they're the right pitch, thread pitch, they're the right length, all that. So get these down in here, tighten them up. I'll tighten them down by hand. Like I like to say, we're dealing with plastic here. You don't want to tear them up. I'm going to put them in my driver, but I won't hit the button on it. Just kind of go through there and just snug them down till they touch. Give them just a touch. Don't give them a whole lot more. You give them a whole lot more and you will have them broke. 100% guaranteed. And then I'm going to take my pliers here to plug up my wires because they are in a really fun little place to fool with. Pop her right down in there. Now, just for fun, got a battery, big 6S battery, but we'll put her in here. It's blowing good air. Got my lights set up, and that's great. You can tell fan's doing its thing. If they're not working, to working. Real simple. So like I say, guys, don't forget, like, subscribe. Share these videos to people if they think they might need them. I know it's a super simple thing for a lot of people to do, but you got to remember, people get into RCs that don't actually work on vehicles for their life. They might type on computers at work or whatever and not want to go pay somebody $50 to change out a $12 cooling fan. So anyway, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you.